Hey guys, this is Raghu Reddy here, and welcome to the show. In this episode, I have a very special guest, and my guest tonight is a student. He is studying in National University of Singapore. He's doing his Bachelors of Business Administration in Innovation and Entrepreneurship, but he is also a financial advisor and has achieved MDRT, and he's a speaker and also an author of the book titled The Simple Wallet. So, Ren Peng, welcome to the show.
Hey, hello Raghu. Thank you so much for inviting me to your show. Really appreciate it.
Fantastic. You're welcome. And Ren Peng, so you have gone into financial advising. You are a student, right? You're still studying, and you have already started your financial advising business. And that's an awesome thing. Since how many years have you been doing this?
This year is my 2.5 year. I'm currently 24 years old. So I started right back around 22, early 21. Yeah, that was when I first started.
Wow, awesome, awesome, awesome. So you are a true inspiration, not only to the financial advisors, but to every one of us, because at such a young age, you have gone into, financial advising, and that's commendable. What's your story behind this?
So for me, made me go in, what made me be so driven into the financial advisory business is something that happened to me very quite some time back when I was 12 years old. We have a major examination in Singapore. It's called a PSLE,
Mhm.
and I didn't do well. I scored really badly. I actually had high hopes for myself to score really well, but it didn't turn out as expected. So because of that, I was really devastated. I didn't get to the school I want. I didn't get the results that I desired. My family were very disappointed in me, and that was one of the lowest point of my life. And because of that, I worked very hard in my secondary school years in Sec 1 and Sec 2. I studied really hard. And because of that, I came in top of the cohort. So that small phase of my life taught me a lesson.
Mhm.
It made me realize that in anything that we want to work towards, as long as we put our hearts and we put our minds to it, we can actually achieve it. From someone that failed in PSLE to someone that topped the school in a cohort, it really shows that whatever we put our mind in, we can achieve. So I applied that small lesson into the financial advisory business, and I guess that's how I achieved my MDRT.
Wow, fantastic. Tell us, how did you, come into financial advising field, and why did you come into, like, why did you select this field?
Okay, so I think like many people, we don't actually intend to come into the financial advisory business.
Hmm.
We sort of like fall into it. At my point of time, I just finished my army at the age of 21, and I was looking for a job. At that time I was doing a part-time jobs, which were paying me $7-8 per hour, and I was approached by my friend, and he told me about a business that could possibly get him better than $100 per hour. Then I was so surprised, and I asked him to tell me more. And that was when he brought me to my current mentor, my boss, and my boss really opened up the world of financial advisory to me. He sent me for many courses, he upgraded me, he educated me. And so that was when I decided on my journey to explore the financial advisory business,
Hmm.
and I decided to take it more seriously.
Wow, that's really, really fantastic. Awesome, awesome. So, I know that you have written this book, Simple Wallet. You have authored this book. T- so enlighten us about that.
Okay, so how does the story about why I created a simple wallet is when me and my group of friends, about 5 people, we were discussing about all our cases between when we meet clients,
Hmm.
and we, because we meet together, we meet over 100 different clients over the years, and we found out that there was a common problem between why people are not implementing a financial plan for themselves, and it is because they are not clear on different financial concepts. They are not clear on their path. Most of the time, financial concepts are readily available, let's say on newspaper, in books. However, they are phrased in a way that is very difficult for um, common people to understand. Sometimes it's too long, it doesn't capture their attention. Sometimes it's too complicated, too many technical jargons. So
Mhm.
what we decided to do is we wanted to extract the most essential financial principles and financial concepts and put that into the book so that anyone, be it someone that haven't graduates, someone that just graduated, someone in their mid 40s, or old person that is not very technically savvy, they'll be able to read the book and easily understand financial concepts. And this is very important because it it only when a person understands,
Mhm.
only then will they implement and take real action about their financial future. And so that is the inspiration for our book.
Wow, that's really awesome. That's such an young age. Like at 22, you've already authored a book. That's fantastic. Now, having said that, at 22, 23 years old, what you face challenges. Like, how did people believe you that you could be a financial advisor? So, how did you overcome that challenge?
Okay, so the first thing that was a major hurdle that I faced when I first entered the financial advisory field. Because if we want to um, do some handle bigger pots of money, handle bigger portions of a person's
Hmm.
finances, we have to establish that credibility. And I really struggle with that. But after a while, I realized it is mostly about the reputation and the trust that you have built up for yourself. So
Hmm.
most of my clients, they put money with me because they do trust me, that I'm very sincere. They do trust me that I will serve them, and they do trust my financial expertise and my advice. So one thing that I did well is I'm very consistent in the way I treat people, in the way I do the small things, and the small things are the things that really matter because clients, they do pick up your character and your personality from the small things that you do. So, and then what's more is I do learn from mentors, in how do I can improve my financial advisory process and such that I can make it even more professional. So every time I sit with a client, I do go back and review with my mentor, and every time I've strive to always increase my level of professionalism because I do believe that the sky is the limit when it comes to the level of professionalism, and it's the small things that count, the small words that you say, the small ways that you reply your client, and all this matters.
Well,
So
awesome, fantastic, awesome, awesome. Your first breakthrough that you had. So, how did that happen, and what was going on in your mind just before that?
my first breakthrough was definitely my first case that I got in because before my first case I was struggling really hard to get in my first case, almost 2 or 3 weeks, or even one almost 1 month of prospecting before I got my first case.
Hmm.
um, and I guess it is getting used to rejection, getting used to handling objections, knowing how to uh, knowing understanding the point of view of the clients and knowing how I can address their concerns. So these were huge obstacles that I faced, that gave me that made me sort of lose confidence at one point of time. But after my first case, gave me immense confidence that actually if I can do one, I can do two, I can do three, I can do many more.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that was the turning point. Definitely was the first case. The other turning point that I had was nearing the in the middle of the career when I was around 1.5 years in. So 1.5 years before, I was taking the career more like an educational process. I wasn't really very serious in the career. And then my mentor told me that if I respect the industry will respect me. So
Hmm.
that was when I realized that I needed to put more effort in it. It cannot be a part-time thing. I need to be fully invested in it. And that is only when clients can see how committed I am. So in the middle of 1.5 years on, I
Mhm.
decided that okay, this is the industry that I want to work very hard on. I really want to achieve my MDRT, and that was when I set my mind and I decided, and that was another turning point because what our mind works in such a way when we decide on something, the universe will will change itself to make things into our favor. We start to become sharper. We start to see more opportunities.
Wow, wow, fantastic, fantastic, awesome, awesome. So, what really drives you? What is that thing that really keeps driving you in spite of all the setbacks? What keeps you driving forward?
So actually, what drives me is my vision. I'm someone that um I don't really need many material things. In fact, I'm not someone that really want high end flashy cars because I feel that Grab is really convenient. I have someone to drive me, but what drives me is my vision for the future.
Mhm.
Currently, I see a huge problem in the aging population of Singapore and everywhere around the world. Before I joined at financial advisory, I do a lot of volunteer work. I help
Mhm.
out in many old folks' homes. I interact with many old people, and I realized that they are not they have they are not happy in general. They are lacking in companionship. They are lacking in financial support, and I really feel the pain. And I didn't want this to happen in future generations or even for my parents. So what drives me is I want to make sure that people or the clients that I currently have, I plan for their finances such that they will not face that future, and also those that are going to make sure that they have enough for their future so that they won't be facing the same fate as those that or those people that I have interacted with that are all lonely and unhappy. So that's something that really drives me. And finally, my dream is to create a retirement village where I can have the elderly population really living their life to the fullest, because I believe that people should be the happiest at the end of their life, and I want to create the environment for them.
Wow, that's a really awesome vision that you have there. Fantastic, fantastic, awesome.
Thank you.
So, during this crisis period, what have you been doing?
Okay, this crisis period is when is the time where I'm going back to all my clients. I'm making sure that they are okay. They are not financially struggling, because
Mhm.
as a financial advisor, it's our duty to be with our clients at every step of the way. And it
Mhm.
is even more crucial that I am with them during this difficult time. So I'm going back to them. I'm making sure that their finances are in place. They are not financially hit by that.
Mhm.
And then I'm helping them in any way possible, be it restructuring their portfolio, be it trying to minimize the risk of their investment portfolio, and
Mhm.
also other not other intangible stuff like such as helping them to reduce their expenses, helping them to find places that can areas that can reduce their groceries, or something that can offload how much they spend, and all these small things do count in terms of how they can pull through these difficult times. And while I'm doing all this, taking care of my clients, I realized that my clients also are really appreciative of my help. And what they do is they refer me their closest friends. And that is how I currently run my business model. I want to create the best level of service for all my clients. And I believe that if I put enough heart and put enough thought into taking care of my clients will take care of me by uh, referring me some of their friends, and
Mhm.
this ensures that I have continuity in my business model.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, the future is not going to be the same as the past because of the crisis and all the changes that has happened. So, there are going to be new challenges. So, how are you get up to meet those new challenges?
Okay, so some of the challenges I see in the future is the shift in the way we do business,
Hmm.
especially for financial advisors. In the past, there are options for door knocking, road shows, street canvassing, where we can physically go up to a stranger and ask for business opportunities. However, due to the situation of COVID-19, we can't
Mhm.
even go to our client's house.
Mhm.
So we have to change our business model in the way we attract new businesses. And right now, it's all in the digital space. How we build our reputation online. How does people see us? How do we gain credibility? And
Mhm.
all this have to do with personal branding.
Mhm.
And of course, one thing is through clients referral. The other thing is trying to upgrade ourselves in terms of competence, because
Mhm.
if we are not the most competent advisor in the market, very easy to have our business be given to another person. And that's why when we sit down with a client, we have to show the highest level of competence, the best face of ourselves. And so first thing is working on our referral model. Second thing is working on our online branding.
Mhm.
And these days, people can really see through you. Whatever you do online is very easy to look through. Just look at LinkedIn. Someone can actually see your activity, what you actually say, how you say it, how do you write. And these are very subtle things that people can pick up and search for very easily. So these are the things that we have to work on moving towards the future.
Wow, fantastic, awesome, awesome. So, are there any specific clients that you work with, specific category of people?
Okay, so for me, I have two main groups of category. First
Mhm.
is because I'm currently still studying in NUS. Most of my network is between people that have just graduated or people that are still studying. So many students or newer graduates. So these are my first group of clients.
Mhm.
My second group of clients are those that are nearing the retirement age, because I do like to work with them. That one reason is because get to learn a lot of things from them. People in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s, they come with a lot of life experiences. So I do a lot of prospecting
Mhm.
of people from this age group, and over the years, I've built up a huge clientele of people within this age group, mostly doing retirement planning. And yeah, so I have these two groups of people.
Wow, awesome, awesome. So, if someone wants to avail your services, how is that they can contact you?
Okay, so these days I'm mainly more active on my LinkedIn because I want to work on building up my LinkedIn portfolio. If they want to contact me, they can always do drop me a direct message on my LinkedIn, Ren Peng. Or sometimes I'm more casual on my Instagram. Instagram is where I show my fun side. They
Mhm.
can drop me a private message over there. My tag is Dragon Warrior RP.
Well, awesome, Ren Peng. It was fantastic talking to you. You got a great vision there, and you're a real inspiration not only to all the financial advisors but to everyone else. At such a young age, you have that drive, and you've shown the way that even at that age, it's possible, right? To really move forward, and you have got some achievements that people struggle for a very long time, and that's awesome. And your vision is really fantastic, and I wish you all the best for your future, and keep impacting more people and making a difference in their lives.
Definitely. I also want to thank you, Raghu, for doing this work. I feel like your work is very important, providing mentorship, providing guidance for all the young financial advisors. For myself, the reason why I'm able to achieve MDRT is because of people like you, willing to extend a helping hand for the younger advisors and giving us the correct direction and experience. So that's why I'm very more than happy to help further your work.
Well,
Thank you.
awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. That's really humbling, and you know, thank you very much. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
yeah, keep doing the great work, and you're rocking it. So, making a difference in people's life, and that's the way to go. So, keep doing that great work, and we will touch base again very fast. Right. Thank you very much for being on the show. See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye. Good night.